Samkele, the passing of a stalwart like Mendi Msimang, once again giving the ANC a moment just to take a pause and look at where they stand right now as they say goodbye to one of their revered veterans.
Yes, indeed, Marcel. The ANC president and the president of the Republic, Cyril Ramaphosa, took the time during his eulogy, which was delivering here at the Mendi Msimang, ANC stalwart, who was the Treasurer General for the past decade, between 1997 from the Mahikeng Conference to the watershed 2007 Polokwane Conference, where he bowed down and left the TG position to Matthews Posa. Cyril Ramaphosa saying that it is indeed the end of an era, saying that Mendi Msimang imbued and was part and parcel of a generation that changed the liberation struggle of the ANC from when they were still in the Youth League, when he was Secretary General, to Walter Sisulu, and also going on to speak about the years when Mendi Msimang was South Africa's first ambassador to the United Kingdom, and also goes on to speak in the words of also former ANC Treasurer General Zweli Mkhize, echoing that Mendi Msimang was the only Treasurer General of the ANC in post-apartheid South Africa to leave the ANC with a healthy, flat bank balance sitting at about 41 million rands and assets worth 1 billion rands.
We would have heard from various speakers today, many of them calling on those still in the ruling party to uphold that which Mendi Msimang sacrificed his life for.
Well, Marcel, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to paint Mendi Msimang's glorious history in picture as his remains are about to come into this particular cemetery to be cremated, as he has asked his family for him to be cremated and the ashes to be given to them, and the family will dispose of them in the manner that the struggle stalwart Utata Baba Mendi Msimang would have wanted. His remains are just going to be coming in to this cemetery now, being ushered in by the South African National Defence Force. As you'd understand, he's been given a special official funeral by the President of the Republic of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa. Mendi Msimang indeed comes from an illustrious and glorious generation that brought about freedom in this country. You remember the ANC Youth League's 1957 program of action of making the country ungovernable, and also going on to making sure that the ANC takes up the military armed struggle through the influence of the then generation of the ANC Youth League, which was formed in 1944, led by a young Anton Lambete and the likes of Walter Sisulu, Dumanokwe, Nelson Mandela, and many other struggle stalwarts. As you can see now, the remains of former ANC Treasurer General, former Ambassador of South Africa, member of the first Democratic Parliament, and the member of the first ANC chairperson in Parliament, Mendi Msimang. You can see them now in this particular vehicle that is being transported and going to be at this particular cemetery. I'm just going to ask the oversight so we can see this particular visuals of Mendi Msimang, as you can see them in now. In any point in time, I can actually see the convoy of the President of the Republic of South Africa also coming in. One of Tata Mendi Msimang's daughters is also going in now with one of his grandchildren, whom I'm just going to ask my colleague Mohammed just to show them on the side now. You will see one of them in the green suit who delivered a poem to his grandfather, echoing his glorious history in the liberation of this country. And you will also see one of the youngest in black, who also spoke at the funeral, saying that his grandfather in the latter years, particularly during the era of former President Jacob Zuma, would no longer buy newspapers, as he could see scandal upon scandal being revealed of his movement, the African National Congress, which the President Cyril Ramaphosa spoke about, saying that the moral fiber of the ANC, the moral compass, was being eroded as time went on, but not to cast any aspersions on any particular individual. You've had one of The ANC has deployed cadres in one of the state-owned enterprises, Eskom, Brian Molefe, who was also at the funeral of Mendi Msimang at the church service. I'm not saying that he's guilty of anything, but many people have alleged that he's been part and parcel and was the enabler of state capture. You'd remember that he's also been embroiled in a number of reports by us as media practitioners with his close relationships with the Gupta family and having gone to Saxon World a number of times. And also him saying those infamous words of just saying he was passing by Shebeen. So it tells you that there are serious conversations that are taking place within the governing party when it comes to their conduct in government for the past 10 years. Many accusing the former administration led by former President Jacob Zuma of being enablers of state capture and having a number of particular politicians who have had their characters rather tainted and questionable in those positions that they're in. And you look at Mendi Msimang, in all the years that he's been the Treasurer General of the ANC and setting up the ANC's investment wing, which would be Chancellor House, there's been no particular scandal that he has been embroiled in. You can see now the President's BMW 7 Series is being ushered in by, you can also see him along with the First Lady, Dr. Ramaphosa Motsepe. They are going in as they are leading the South African delegation to this funeral and the ANC delegation. So that is where we are at now, Marcel.
ENCA reporter Samkele Maseko bringing us those rather touching scenes there from where struggle stalwart and diplomat Mendi Msimang is being laid to rest today.